Hi, my name is Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation. Thank you for joining. And also, I'd like to thank the 20,000 plus people who have subscribed to this channel. And I think a lot of people subscribe because the point of view is so different. I recreated a view of marriage that is so unique, it's so different, it's so positive, it's so doable. Hardly any marriage should be a place where you have anything other than so much joy, so much happiness, so much love. And that's how we do it. The books that I've written, the courses that we have, it all helps you get what you want, what you got married for in the first place. This topic is an interesting topic because it addresses something that afflicts so many people. And the question is, what do you do when you feel lonely in your marriage? This is not unusual, folks. Most people feel lonely, frankly, whether they're married or they're not married. And there are reasons for this. I'm going to get into those reasons, and it may surprise you what you learn. And what I did was I discovered things that we already know, but I put it all together for marriage. So we are souls. Let's start with that. We're souls, and we have a human body that is biological, meaning that it's comprised of trillions of living cells. That's our body. We own our body. What most people don't ever think about is that we also own our mind. And we're not taught the relationship between the body and the mind. And much more importantly, we're not taught about our role as souls, because we're unique. We're different than all animals. We have control that they don't have. We have free will. Animals don't have that. We choose how we feel, believe it or not, no matter what the environment is. And so when this person wrote in, and you could go to our website and you could write in to our counselors, they're specially trained, and you could ask your question and we may use it. Or you could even leave it in the comments section and we may use it. We like to cover a lot of topics. So this topic actually is a very deep topic if you think about it, because most people are lonely when they're married. They're lonely when they're not married, and they think they're going to get married and not be lonely. And they don't realize what's really going on is that their mind is not under their control. So the very first thing that we do when we help people with their marriages is we teach you how to master your mind, how to not be beaten up by your emotions, by your thoughts, by your feelings. They're supposed to be under your control. That's what free will is all about. So if you're lonely in your marriage, you're thinking, oh, my husband or my wife is not fulfilling me. And that's not what it is. And if you're feeling lonely, you're actually withdrawing yourself. And you're creating some of that loneliness. But here's the thing. Here's how you overcome this. It's going to surprise you. You overcome this by cultivating the love in your heart for your spouse. And that's short how you do it. Now here's why it works, and it's so cool. It's so cool. You see, it's an interesting thing. We learn these truths, these higher truths, and then they get twisted. I like to say they get twisted by the dark side, because the dark side doesn't want us to be free. So we learn that if you love, you will be loved back. But it's not true. What is true, you see, this reciprocation doesn't really work. You would think it does, but it really doesn't. And you know from your own experiences with people, you could be super nice to someone who's a creep, and they're going to continue to be a creep towards you. They're not going to change just because you're nice to them. Don't ever think that a person will respond in kind. They don't. They respond according to how they are. So when you learn how to cultivate your love for your husband or your wife, what's happening, what's really happening, is beautiful. You see, we don't manufacture love. We can cultivate it, but love is sourced in God. It is the only manufacturer of love is God. Now you as a soul, you have that love, and you cultivate the expressions of love, and you open your heart to your spouse. And what is happening is that happens to be when you feel love. You don't feel the love coming back from them. Don't expect that, because it may or may not happen. Instead, feel the love as it's flowing through you. That love, that is a universal. Now, the world of Western psychology, the world of marriage experts, doesn't even understand love. They think that it's an emotion, that it's an increased form of like, but it's not true, and you know that. You know it because you've experienced real love. It's tangible. It's metaphysical, though. You can't quantify it, qualify it, but you know it when it's real, and the mind can't wrap its arms around it because it's much, 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 much bigger than anything the mind can come up with. So that love that is now flowing through you, coming from God, flowing through you as you cultivate it, and going to your spouse. And I like to imagine that love coming through a door in my heart as a liquid. It's just pouring over them. Then I'm feeling love. And when you feel love, you don't feel loneliness. So what you're doing, and this works, by the way, absolutely works. So you could try it right now. Just feel your heart and just feel love as a liquid pouring out towards your spouse, enveloping them with this love, and know that this love is God's love, and feel it coming in and flowing out, flowing out, flowing out, and you will start to feel that joy. So when you replace those feelings of loneliness with your effort to love, you don't feel the loneliness anymore. It's really that simple. And that feeling of love, which is the only real feeling, because that other stuff is just of the mind, and you're a soul, don't forget. So the only real feelings are from the soul, from yourself. Those overwhelm you with joy. They fulfill you. They take you to another level. And they stay with you. Now, your mind will try to bring you back down. Don't let it. Remember, it's your mind. You are in charge of it. And so that will work. Try it. There's no reason for you to feel loneliness ever. Even if you're not with any other human being for 100 years. When you learn how to love, you're learning how to tap in the divine. And that's what makes marriages amazing when you do that. So you're killing two birds with one stone. You're not just getting rid of the loneliness, but you're fulfilling that space of your marriage with joyful love. It doesn't get any better than that. So I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. I hope you subscribe to this channel too. I hope you leave a like for this video. And I hope that we see you again. God bless you and take care. Thank you for spending time with me.